Yo, you don't know it's a boy Rasheed Take TV, so check this out, man. We all been seeing some news going around about Drake and this Hidden Hills, controversy that was revealed on Vlad's TV, when he did the interview with DJ Academics, man. And going back and looking at certain things, man, like even last year during the beef with Rick Ross, K. Drake, I'm saying a lot of stuff was said, man. This Hidden Hills was actually mentioned by Rick Ross, man. So we're gonna check out and see what's going on with all this, man. Because this story is getting deep, man. There's some dark stuff in Drake's past, man. And a lot of stuff is coming to light. And as we know, man, a lot of these people out there, they all know stuff about each other, man. You got Rick Ross and Drake, they used to roll together. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what's being said, man, because this is some dark things about to come to light, man. I feel like something's gonna happen, man, especially with Drake and this UMG thing, because there's a lot of stuff that UMG have protected Drake from over the years, and y'all best believe that. Y'all best believe that UMG have covered up a lot of dirty laundry for Drake over the years. And I feel if Drake keep going the rate he's going, man, they ain't gonna be like shy about releasing certain things about this guy, man. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not a kind of conspiracy theory kind of guy still, but when something makes sense, connections being made, gotta pay attention, man. So let's get into the video, man.
So there's this conversation that we had last night talking about Hidden Hills. We had talked about Hidden Hills last time because of DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad did an interview with Academics where he had talked about Drake and this YOLO estate. This YOLO estate was in the Hidden Hills where Drake used to live at when he stayed in California. Now, this is close to Calabasas. This is when he had a conversation with Academics, and he had told Academics that he wouldn't be surprised if Drake covered up some type of suspicious activity that happened there because of all the parties that he threw there. Now, it turns out last night we had found some things out that's related to Hidden Hills. But just for a quick refresher, I'm going to play the clip right now of where DJ Vlad has said that there was some suspicious activity.
Y'all, listen keenly what's going on here, man. Listen keenly what's going on here, man.
I will say, though, you know what I was impressed by? With all the shit and say not like us and everything, people talking about Drake, not one chick even erroneously filed a lawsuit or like, I thought there was going to be a few of those to take advantage of the moment. And there's been no...
Yo, pay attention to what DJ Academy, what was just said just then. I'll play that back for you guys, man.
Now, where DJ Vlad has said that there was some suspicious activity.
I will say, though, you know what I was impressed by? With all the shit and say not like us and everything, people talking about Drake, not one chick even erroneously filed a lawsuit or like, I thought there was going to be a few of those to take advantage of the moment. And there's been not one person that's accused Drake of anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if some shit starts coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. And it was
Bob. You know what man said? He wouldn't be surprised if things start coming out. And that when Drake moved to Hidden Hills, there was wilding out in that house. That Drake, because Drake actually didn't just think like one day, he bought like the entire block, man. You get what I'm saying? So and DJ Academics knows stuff happened. That's why he's saying he's surprised that no one actually came and took advantage of this time. Since K-Dot took down Drake and a lot of stuff have come to light, he's surprised that no one has come out and say, oh, Drake did this. Because a lot of people, bro, Hidden Hills, bro, it is some dark stuff that went on up there, man. Some dark stuff. I heard that, there was even an interview, I think, was it last year? That said something about the Hidden Hills and some schoolgirls at that time when they were in school back then, when they were in school. They were saying they used to skip class, bro, and go to Drake's mansion in the Hidden Hills to party. And when I say schoolgirls, I'm talking high school girls. I'm not talking about college or university girls. It's girls in high school. Bro, I should go and try and find that video on YouTube, man, because that video is there, bro. Y'all need to, listen what's going on here, man, because these guys are going to cook inside here, man. DJ Academics knows a lot of stuff about a lot of people in this industry, man. People think this guy is dumb. He's not dumb, he's smart. But boy, can't stand him, though, fam.
His homies were doing some shit that probably got covered up somehow. You know what I'm saying? And now maybe people got paid. And
Well, maybe they're just partying. Not like.
I heard some stories, and I'm not going to mention them.
They was getting it in type shit.
I mean, some things could happen.
Maybe he's paying them off. Like,
I think Drake is just paying them off. And so, I mean, listen,
So that got everybody's attention. That got everybody's ears ringing. They wanted to know, what did Vlad mean by that? Why is he saying that something
I'm going to give you my take on this, man. What I think happened during the beef with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and why Drake bowed out of the competition, bro. I'm going to give you my take on what I think happened.
happened at Hidden Hills? Or why is he saying that something could have happened at Hidden Hills to where Drake had to pay to cover it up? A very strange thing for Vlad to say out of nowhere. And it had people thinking, well, what happened? Now, like I said in the last video, when I had talked about this property was owned by somebody that has the LLC, Richard Fitzgerald. Now, the Richard Fitzgerald LLC is owned by Drake. We know that because of Ebony Prince, because Ebony Prince had revealed that Drake's alias at the Mark Hotel was Richard Fitzgerald. Now, remember, Ebony Prince was the person that obtained the items from Meet the Grams from Drake at this hotel and was able to expose his name as being Richard Fitzgerald.
So this is confirming that this place was actually owned by Drake. You know, it's a trust that is set up, LLC company and stuff, because, you know, when you go to hotels, booking you don't really want to book in you. I'm Drake, I'm booking in you. I'm saying, so a lot of people use this kind of stuff. Like, it's a famous people use this kind of stuff. You know, it's like a standard thing for them to do. So it's not really surprising still.
AKA did Fitzgerald. Because of that, we were able to find out that he had the Richard Fitzgerald LLC, and this is what he later on used to purchase the property over there in Calabasas, over there at Hidden Hills. Now, he later on eventually had sold it to Matthew Stafford for whatever reason. Matthew Stafford ended up trying to sell the property shortly after, not because he's leaving California. He's apparently still staying in California, but for whatever reason, he just doesn't want anything to do with this property. He's selling it for only 12 million. He had bought it for 11. So it just shows you that he really wants to get out of this property. It makes you feel like what DJ Vlad was saying is that the reason why Matthew Stafford doesn't want to own this property, because of the recent owner, Richard Fitzgerald, aka Drake. And now we have Vlad out here saying that there was something going on over here at the Hidden Hills. There's something going on, and Matthew Stafford didn't want anything to do with it. So eventually he tried to sell the property later on. Now, what we found out eventually, because we started looking into Hidden Hills, we started trying to figure out, well, what exactly is going on over here? And one of the biggest clues that we had came.
Yo, this is where things get interesting in this video, man. Yeah, this is where pay attention, because I'm sure a lot of you heard what Ricos was saying in the beef. You know, he stopped rocking with Drake because after he found out he sent a cease and desist to French Montana. But yo, check this out, man. Check this out, bro.
Came across last night about Hidden Hills was Splash Brothers. Splash Brothers was an original song that had featured Drake and French Montana. Later on, the song had came out, but it didn't have Drake anymore. It only had Lil Wayne. So Splash Brothers, the original song, the first verse has Drake in it. And Drake talks about the Hidden Hills. Drake says, yeah, on Double MG, I'll F a rapper's wife. She ain't even my type, but I'll make the sacrifice. Have her splitting thighs like she work at Gladys Knights. Yeah, I was never nothing nice. Guys know the real secrets left in Hidden Hills. And this is the part that we were talking about. Guys know the real secrets left in Hidden Hills.
When I say there's some dark things out there in this boy's past, yo, y'all best believe it, man. Y'all best believe it, man.
Bought the whole street up, and I got it for a steal, which is funny for him to say, because we know for sure when he had bought the property, this is when he had sold the property to Matthew Stafford for 11 million. This is the buyer, this is the seller. But right here, Richard Fitzgerald, which is Drake, he's the buyer, and he bought it for almost 3 million from Gopher Diego Aleo. So he actually did get it for a steal, because then he ended up selling it for 11 million when he just bought it for 3 M's. This is proof that Drake not only had sold the compound for Matthew Stafford for 11 million, but in the song with French Montana, he admits that he bought the whole street up for a steal.
This is what started all the beef between Drake and MMG. You know, Meek Mill, Rick Ross, all them. This is what started the beef right here.
I guess he did when he gets it for 3 million and sells it for 11. So we know that he's talking about Hidden Hills because of this, and we know he's talking about the Yellow Estate because of this. Guys know the real secrets left in Hidden Hills. So what are the secrets exactly? I guess Drake didn't even want people to answer that question, because this song got scrapped. Now, for sure, this song is out, but it only has Lil Wayne on it. Drake had stopped this song from being out so severely that he had to send a cease and desist. And this is why him and Rick Ross started beefing.
That's why I tell you guys, man, I keep telling you guys in my videos, man, Drake is a fraud, man. This guy is a lame, bro. So this guy's been sending cease and desist since then, fam. Imagine how many cease and desist he sent since his career started that we don't even know about. This is what started the beef between him and MMG. You know, Meat Mill, all them guys, man, because French Montana was an affiliate of Rick Ross and all them, man. You hear what I'm saying? Fam. That goes to show you that this guy Drake is a weirdo. Fam, when I'm telling you, man, I'm going to give my take on why I think Drake bowed out of the beef with Kendrick Lamar, bro. Because I was listening to my guy, The Humble Opinion. You know, I shout out to his channel, man. I was listening to him, was it yesterday or something, man? And his take. And he has some interesting take, man. Takes that I agree with as well, bro. Fam, I'm telling you, Drake is a weirdo, fam. This guy's a weirdo. There's a lot of dirty things in his past, man.
This is the reason why Drake and Rick Ross started beefing really bad online, was because he had sent French Montana a cease and desist for this record. Rick Ross had talked about this song later on. Eventually, he had came out and had made this song where he had dissed Drake. And this was Champagne Moments. This was a song that had came out right before the beef had kicked off with Kendrick Lamar. But it's what Rick Ross says at the end right here is what catched a lot of people's attention. Right here, Rick Ross says, I unfollowed you because you sent a mother effing cease and desist to French Montana. You sent the police, hated on my dog's project. That wasn't the same person that I seen when we were making them early records. Now, Rick.
You see, and this is one of the things I keep saying about Drake. Drake does not like black people. No matter see him over there with Baka and all them, bro. Drake does not like black people, man. He uses black people for what he can get because that's who he is. He came in a little culture vulture, used black people for what he can get. Then, because he knows. You get me? And like Keda said, man, he used his daddy for paper, man. He used his daddy to like basically stand on who he is. You know, I'm a black man as well. But bro, you never identified as black, bro. You don't identify as black full time, man. You only use it when you want something or you need something. That's the only time. You get what I'm saying? He came over here doing tracks to all these guys, man, and he got so big. That Rick Ross and them, man, you're a piece to me, bro. You get me? People talking, Drake put this man on, Drake put that man on. But why? Why did he do it, fam? You get me? Why did he do it? Bro, the guy's a piece of shit, bro. And it's facts, man. I don't think Drake is a skilled musician. I don't care what nobody says. Drake is not a skilled musician. Drake has over there ghostwriters, and he used ghostwriters to write his tracks during beef with Kendrick Lamar. I know that for a fact, bro. I don't care what nobody says, man. I know that for a fact. I can disagree down in the comments all you want with me, man, but that's a fact, bro.
Ross is saying that he has sent the cease and desist to French Montana because of this record. We could confirm that because eventually it had been reported on the news. It says Drake did send French Montana a cease and desist. It says here that he eventually had sent it. And then this is when they had talked about Rick Ross, talking about how he didn't like that he did that to French Montana. But it doesn't end there, because when we watch the music video for this song.
Watch the cook right here, man. Watch the cook right here, bro.
There's a part that Rick Ross says in the song that caught my attention with the music video. He says, told y'all guys to stay scheming. I predicted my fate. Got more money than you, if you want me to say. 50 mil for the crib, where you want me to stay.
You want me to stay Hidden Hills? Come on, bro. Come on, fam. 50 mil for the crib, where you want me to stay? Come on, bro.
And I think it's important when he says this, 50 mil for the crib, where you want me to stay, because in the music video, when he says that, this pops up right here.
50 mil for the crib, where you want me to stay.
So,
all right, bro. Look at what's on his thing right there, man. But what I gotta say, man. Yeah, this guy's probably was over there with Drake in Hidden Hills doing stuff as well. Man, you can't put it past this guy, man. I remember, this guy one of them guys who talk about putting Molly in people's drink or in women's drink or Molly in champagne or something like that, man. She didn't even know about it, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This guy's just as bad as Drake and them people. Come on, fam. You get me? In future, a lot of them, man, they actually be locked up, bro. A bunch of criminals, fam.
So he says 50 million for the crib. Where you want me to stay? Implying that he's talking about a house. What are you talking about a house on the Hidden Hills? Because then Rick Ross has shared the shirt. The back of his shirt says Hidden Hills.
Where you want me to
So
stay?
now I'm thinking,
Hidden
well,
Hills.
wow, does Rick Ross know what's going on with Hidden?
Come on, bro. Of course he knows what's going on. He was probably a part of it, bro. You get me? He was probably a part of it, man. Because he knows that Drake can't snitch. Because if Drake snitch on anything, Drake's gonna snitch on himself. So him actually putting this out there as a play, yo, what exactly can Drake do? Drake can't do nothing about it, bro. Drake can't even reply to this. You get me? Because replying to this is like, yo, an admission of guilt. That, yo, you were there. You get me?
Hidden Hills? Does Rick Ross know what's going on with what DJ Vlad had talked about? And is he exposing it because Drake had sent a cease and desist to him in French Montana? I have followed you because you sent a mother effing cease and desist to French Montana. You sent the police and hated on my dog's project. That wasn't the same guy that I seen when we were making early records together. Now, Rick Ross is upset because Drake had sent that cease and desist. But I'm thinking that Drake had sent that cease and desist because of the fact that he didn't want anybody to hear him talk about the real secrets left in Hidden Hills. And out of spite, Rick Ross makes a diss record called Champagne Moments. And when he talks about a crib, he shows the back of his shirt in the music video that says,
I might be just reaching here, man. But yo, Rick Ross's song is called Champagne Moments. When Rick Ross is there doing his track, Rick Ross talk about dropping Molly in girls' drinks. He said dropping Molly in the champagne. And they didn't even know it. Bro, yo, this guy is probably a part of this Hidden Hills and a part of that, all that kind of stuff, man. Don't put it past them, bro. Because remember, these guys and Drake used to be tight. You get me? These guys used to be tight. So I would be surprised if something happened, man. I mean, the timing may be different still, but this guy is also talking about, yo, dropping Molly in the champagne. I didn't even know it. Yo, fam. So I'm saying, yo, it's a dark world out there, man. Yo, y'all need to protect your daughters, man. Your daddy's out there staying your daughter's life, man.
Hidden Hills. The same thing that DJ Vlad had talked about when he said that Drake could have paid to cover up some suspicious activity that happened at that party compound.
There's been not one person that's
coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. And him and his homies were doing some shit that probably got covered up somehow. You know?
Yeah, I bet Baka was a part of it too. You get me? Because we also have the deflection going on right now with Baka, man. They're trying to deflect away from Drake and this Hidden Hills conversation, man. You know, so I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if Baka was even a part of it, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because he's a weird character, as K that said, man. Why is he still around?
I'm saying, and now maybe people got paid.
Well, maybe it's partying. Not like.
I heard some stories, you know, but and I'm not going to mention them.
It was getting it in type shit.
I mean, some things could happen.
Maybe he's paying them off. Like,
I think Drake is just paying them off, and so I mean, listen.
Which makes me feel like I talked about in the last video, why Matthew Stafford decided to get rid of the property. Yeah. I feel like Matthew Stafford had found out that this was Drake's party compound. There was a lot of stuff that went down there when he used to live there. And it just made me feel like Matthew Stafford just tried to get rid of the property altogether because he didn't want nothing to do with it. Why else would he sell the property for only an extra 1.5 million off the top? He bought it for 11 and he's trying to get rid of it for 12. Doesn't seem very profitable if you ask me.
Yeah, shout out to the Ville for bringing this video, man. Yo, I'll leave you can check out the rest of the video on his channel, man. I'll leave a link to it down in the description, man. Make sure you go over there and show the Ville some love, man. Quality content creator, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, check this out, man. If Rick Ross knew about all this stuff that was happening in Hidden Hills, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a part of it. Honestly, man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. You get what I'm saying? Because based on the lyrics and all this kind of stuff here, this man singing and talking, drugging women and all this kind of stuff, man, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. But regardless of that, man, if Rick Ross knows about that, basically even right here, you know, Matthew Stafford probably knew something funny went on and he heard something. You get me? He heard something to even sell it for like even 12 mil or 12.5 mil. He heard something. Hence, he want to get rid of it so quickly. He doesn't want anything to do with that kind of property. So something went on, bro. And like I'm saying, man, celebrities know things about celebrities. And a lot of the people don't understand. UMG probably protected Drake from this exact thing. What happened in Hidden Hills. I would not be surprised, bro. I'm telling you guys, man. But listen, man. This is what I want to get into, man. My take on why Drake bought out of the rap, man. If certain people knew about this that took place in Hidden Hills, best believe it. Kendrick Lamar knew exactly what took place in Hidden Hills. This is one of the reasons why I think on Meet the Grahams, and especially on Not Like Us, the things that Kendrick Lamar was saying, right? People say things in a beef. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. People say things in a beef. For example, like even Cannabis and LL Cool J, man was talking about the man's wife and kids and all this kind of stuff. People say things during beef. You get me? But these things that K-Dot was saying during this beef, this is the biggest beef, the best and biggest beef we have ever seen. The things Kendrick Lamar was saying in this beef, and he wasn't even batting an eye. He wasn't worried about anything. And especially Not Like Us when K-Dot said that basically called Drake and his people, a bunch of PDFs, man. Man even asked why is Baka still around? You know what I'm saying? Talking about Drake's kid and basically, you have a kid, man. Why is that predator or something still around, allowed to be around your kid and all this kind of stuff? Me? Baka, all them guys was around in Hidden Hills with Drake, and they knew exactly what happened because they also took part. Yeah, fam. You best believe that, man. They all took part. Drake could never look at Baka right now and say, yo, we're done. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, bro. That's not gonna happen, man. But if Drake turn around and diss Baka, man, man, you can't trust certain people, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because you also have to look, man. The stuff that's coming out now with Baka go and do an interview and trying to deflect from all this kind of stuff, man. Yeah, people need to glow up and pay attention, man. They're trying to deflect away from what was revealed on Vlad TV with the interview DJ Academics about the Hidden Hills. Because now a lot of content creators as well, like the Ville, man, are going back and doing research and putting things together, man. You get what I'm saying? Bro, I'm telling you guys, man. And I think this is one of the reasons why Drake bowed out of the beef. Because look at Drake, before Kendrick dropped, look at the energy and all the enthusiasm and the skill Drake was displaying during the songs when he was calling K-Dot short and he was calling K-Dot, nah, you're gonna stand on business, you need to drop, all this kind of stuff, man. Talking about K-Dot's height, K-Dot's shoe size, talking about, my man was just spitting everything about K-Dot, bro. Even calling Kendrick's name, fam. You get what I'm saying? Fam, when K-Dot dropped Meet the Grahams, we saw Drake switch, fam. We saw Drake switch. You get me? We saw him switch, bro. His tone switched. Because he realized that Kendrick is starting to get into some deep, some dark things in Drake's past, in Drake's life. You get what I'm saying? And then Not Like Us came out, and Kendrick literally went and K-Dot spoke some things on Not Like Us. You get me? Spoke some things on Not Like Us. And this is what I'm saying. I think this is the reason why everything was why Drake kind of waved and said, I give up, pretty much. Because that's what he said. I don't want this to you anymore. That's exactly what he said. Once he says that, it's finished. You get me? He's finished. He's like, basically, I care that you won. Basically, it's done. Meet the Grahams was a teaser to tell Drake basically, bro, do you really want to go there, fam? You start talking about man's family and all this kind of stuff and rare. Do you really want to go there, bro? And Drake came back, man. Drake started spitting some stuff, man. Talk about Whitney and day free and all these kind of stuff, man. Day free fathering K-Dot's child and all this kind of stuff, man. So K-Dot was like, all right, bro. Yeah, no problem, fam. I'ma spit some things in these records about you, and you can read between the lines and figure out what I'm saying. And K-Dot went on the biggest stage and called my man a PDF, bro, in the biggest beef that the world was paying attention to, and called Drake a PDF, fam, and his boys around him a PDF. And K-Dot said that with chest and stood on it with chest. You get me? And this is the reason why I think Drake took a look at it and analyzed it, and I think he probably came to the same conclusion as I did, like, bro, you really don't want to go there with K-Dot, bro? because he knows things about me, and this guy is not mixed up in any of this drama and all this kind of stuff, man. So this guy could literally, yo, get me sent to prison, or yo, probably get me taken out, or yo, stuff, bro. Could have stuff done to him, fam. You get me? K-Dot is sitting on information that I think could wipe out all of OVO. Literally, just wipe them out completely. Because remember, man, K-Dot said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. So K-Dot had 5 more tracks. That's why K-Dot released Not Like Us, called him a PDF. Okay, boy, since you want to go there with me, okay, I know for a fact that you and your boys are this. You get me? And I've always stood on it, bro. I've always stood on the fact that, yo, I feel like this is true what K-Dot said about Drake and his boys. That they're a bunch of weird, because the action, bro, come on, man. In life, we know as a person going through life, man, your action represents who you are, man. You know what I'm saying? Your actions represent who you are. And these guys have weird actions throughout the entire, you know, fame. You get what I'm saying? We all know that, man. And I think that this is why Drake waved the white flag and say, yo, I'm done, because he looked into Not Like Us, Meet the Grams, and say, yo, every time K-Dot took it up another level. And now he's at the level, he's calling us a PDF. And man said he had 5 more tracks. What exactly are on those 5 more tracks? You get me? I think he was leading to something like this, man. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, fam. Honestly, man, I think he was leading to something like this. And that's because, let's be honest, man. The Hard Part 6 was super mid, super weak, lame. Everything about it was mid. It was bad. It was terrible. It was trash. That's how I knew that Drake wrote that. Because he wrote that basically conceding. Drake wrote the Hard Part 6. Of course he did, man. Ghostwriters helped Drake throughout this entire beef. I'm telling you guys, man. Because he did the same thing with Quentin Miller and Meek Mill. He used Quentin Miller to write verses actually for him doing the beef with Meek Mill. You get me? This is why Drake gave up, man. This is why he gave up. Because he realized that Kendrick Lamar was basically sitting on his life. Kendrick Lamar had Drake's life in the palm of his hands like this. And Drake took and looked and analyzed all the tracks that K-Dot did during this beef and saw that K-Dot keep taking it up another level. And Not Like Us was the final straw for Drake. I'm telling you guys, man, sometimes you have to analyze certain things, man. That was the final straw for Drake. And Drake said, nah, that's it, I'm done. Because if you notice something, ever since the beef ended, in any track or anything, stage, performance, his concert over there in New Zealand or Australia, wherever it was, Drake has never, ever, ever mentioned Kendrick Lamar's name once. Not even say K-Dot, Kendrick, nothing. You get me? Not even want to mention TDE. He's not mentioned them at all because he knows they have his life in the palm of their hands, just like that. That's why Top Dog was telling Drake, bro, listen, yo, you guys need to stay away from the West Coast, man. Stay away from TDE, man, because we can just destroy you just like that. You get what I'm saying? Bro, yo, this is some dark stuff that's going on, man. Yeah, man. But yo, you should check out the Ville's video, man. Like I'm saying, I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description, man. Check out his video and see what he's saying, man. You get what I'm saying? Because yo, this is some crazy stuff that's going on with this, man. I didn't keep y'all, man, too long, man. Yo, if you like the video, man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Drop a comment down there. Definitely engage with you guys down there, man. You know what I'm saying? See you guys. Peace.